Death threats against human rights leaders and peace activists have significantly increased in Colombia. Still, social movements continue to denounce the lack of investigation into those responsible for the threats. They believe those responsible are paramilitary groups. Our correspondent Natalia Margarita now reports from Bogota.
As Jimmy Ortiz walks through the streets of Bogota, he recalls nostalgically how life used to be in Arbeláez, the rural municipality where he grew up. He's just one of thousands of Colombian campesinos that face systematic stigmatization and threats.
That is my case. I was a teenager who wanted to finish college and go back to the countryside to engage in activities to benefit the community. But that was not possible in the rural areas because the youth are immediately accused of being guerrilla members.
While Jimmy dedicated his time to working the land, members of Colombia's local military battalion started accusing him of collaborating with the guerrilla and participating in criminal activities. The situation led him to flee, but the intimidations didn't stop.
That I only had 15 days left to live, and accusing me of participating in a kidnapping. Those emails were signed by the Black Eagle paramilitaries.
Death threats from so-called Black Eagles have significantly increased over the last year. While the government insists on labeling this group as a mere criminal gang, analysts highlight the fact that these groups are linked to the same power structures as the paramilitaries.
These are powers linked to the local authorities that aim to keep territorial control in order to guarantee their economic activities, and these economic activities are linked to companies that have contracts with the local governors and mayors.
For analyst Ariel Avila, exhaustive investigations must be carried out in order to clarify the relationship between those groups and economic and political structures in Colombia.
We're still having businessmen and politicians that hire criminals to influence civil society, social organizations, members of the opposition, journalists, and NGOs.
According to a recent report by the Colombian coalition We Are Defenders, death threats against social leaders more than doubled in 2014. Meanwhile, social movements continue to demand serious investigations into the issue. Natalia Margarita, Telesur, Bogotá.